How's it going, everyone? In this video, I'm going to be showing how to make healthy sugar syrup for honeybees or any nectar-loving insect. As you can see, I have 3 drip jars to make the sugar water in. The reason for the little holes on the lids to these jars is because they are going to be placed upside down in the hive to allow the bees to drink the syrup as it drips from the jar, thus the name drip jar. Don't worry, the size of the holes don't allow the syrup to shower down on the bees. There's lots of ways to make sugar syrup, but here's how I do it. You will need any size pitcher of hot tap water. You don't need to boil it, it just needs to be hot tap water. Now, you can use any kind of sugar you want. I use organic sugar from Kirkland. You can get this at Costco, and it can also be found on Amazon.com too. The sugar is cane grown from Brazil. And a clean funnel for pouring the sugar into the jars. Now I just realized I only needed to feed with 1 jar today instead of 3, so I'll set these others aside. Next, fill all the feeding jars half full of sugar. And yes, I realize there's an ant in there. Interesting. Run for your life, little auntie! Run! Next comes the hot tap water. And you're only going to need that much. And yes, the ant is still in there. Don't worry, I'll let her go. Okay, next, you will need a manual egg beater or a spatula, and then stir well. You can see that at the bottom of the jar there is a mass of sugar underneath the layer of water we added. What you are trying to do is stir the sugar until the water is completely soaked in and mixed well with it. You'll know when the sugar and water are starting to mix well together when it starts to feel light and liquidy as you stir it. When you think it is mixed well, let it set for a few minutes and we'll check on it again. If the sugar is mixed well enough into the water, there will be a little white film on the surface of the liquid when you come back to check on it. We'll give this a few minutes. Okay, so I checked mine again, and I see that there is some sugar buildup on the bottom, which means that I need to stir it one last time. Then we will give it a short while to settle, and it should be done. And it is. Now I can see that there is still a little bit of sugar left on the bottom, but that's okay. There's a white film on top, which means that the sugar water is done and can be used. Now these are drip feeding jars that go inside a beehive, but you don't have to get these specific jars just to do this. You can mix this up in any jar of any size. Then you can pour this out in an old bird bath or something that has a gradually sloped dish or bowl and has a rough surface. That way, any nectar-loving insect can easily walk in and out of it without getting trapped or stuck as it goes in for a drink. Then you can set this up anywhere and watch the bees and butterflies come to it. And this is how you feed nectar-loving insects. Hope you enjoyed, and be blessed.